This episode of Chad Chow is brought to you by Table Host, the premium dining concierge service. After the show, visit tablehost.com for convenient last-minute reservations and exclusive VIP packages today.
Today we're sitting down with Michael and Patrick Sheerin at their new restaurant, Trenchermen, near the Six Corners in Wicker Park. The restaurant is a partnership between these two award-winning brothers, Matt Eisler and Kevin Heisner. What this team brings us is seriously delicious food with a playful twist in a gorgeous and charming space.
All right, well, I'm so excited to be sitting down with the beloved Sheerin brothers of Chicago. Before we get started, could you tell us what we're drinking?
We're drinking the Despot Vesper.
Interesting name. What's in it?
It's the Ode to James Bond. So it's Plymouth Gin,
Lillet,
and
Malort.
Gibson's
Malort.
Yep.
Sounds interesting. Let's taste it.
Cheers.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to Trenchermen.
Thank you. Wow, really good.
Definitely stirred and not shaken.
Yeah.
The Bond way. So, could you tell me a little bit about your background?
I just read Gourmet Cooking for Dummies, and so I jumped into this. No, I was been in Chicago.
It shows quite a bit.
Yeah. My last position was at the Signature with the 95th. I was the exec chef, and I've been there for almost 10 years. And then prior to that, quite a few Chicago places, Naha, Everest, Four Seasons. So pretty extensive in terms of the Chicago background. And education-wise, I went to the French Culinary Institute out in New York and had my undergrad from Michigan State University.
Wow, solid foundation for sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And what about you, Mike?
Well, Pat actually helped me into the culinary field, and he got me my first job at a restaurant called Toque, where he was the pastry chef and I was the morning butcher. Then after that, he got me my second job as well, which he was the fish cook at the Everest Room, and I was his commis there. And then from there, I went to New York to work at John George. I spent some time in Bonn, Vitesse.
Awesome, yeah.
A restaurant called Atlas, and then also WD-50 with Wiley Crane, before coming back to work for Paul Kahn as his chef cuisine at Blackbird.
First restaurant together here is Trenchermen, right?
Yes.
What was the concept behind it?
Well, actually, I guess the concept was something Mike and I have been working on for a while. It was going to be in a much smaller space, and we were very fortunate to meet our partners, Matt Eisler and Kevin Heisner. So we just wanted to create a restaurant that was, at its core, really fun to be in, but from a food and service standpoint, very more in the fine dining realm. And I mean, walking around the restaurant, you'll see there are two sides to it, where the dining on the one side is a little bit more still in the convivial and casual sense, but it's more of a dining experience, whereas we're in our bar, our big beautiful bar, which every day you walk through the front door and like, wow, it's pretty amazing. And this definitely provides more of that convivial atmosphere, but like you said, it's very warm, very inviting, and for lack of a better term, sexy at night. Definitely, the lights come down, the candles get lit, and it's kind of a great place to hang out.
Lack of a better term, sexy. I think sexy is a pretty good term.
I think it's pretty good term.
Okay.
Sexy
especially
and
when you're
charming.
describing atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
So let's talk about the food. We're talking about food that's kind of unconventional, it's charming, it's unique. How would the menu speak to those kind of descriptions about it?
A lot of things that we do with our food is kind of taking stuff from that we have always found comforting, and then trying to elevate it to definitely a creative and definitely somewhat inventive way.
And one of those dishes is the one that's sitting right in front of us, right? The
Yes.
Pickled Tots.
Pickled Tots.
I've read about it in almost every review of Trenchermen's. What's the combination? So they look like tater tots, but what are they actually?
It is, tater tots and fried pickles were the jumping off point for the combination. And Mike and I, we love things that are pickled, love that acidic tang to things, and especially something that can be as rich as a tater tot in terms of it's fried. It's kind of creamy as well from the potatoes. We thought the pickles would be a great foil for that. And then just again like trying to create memories or jumping off points for people is the red onion yogurt. So it's kind of like an adult version of ranch dressing. So it's dehydrated red onions, really nice Greek with a little bit of beet juice. So it has those same elements of ranch in terms of the flavor profile, but definitely much more elevated.
And it looks beautiful on the plate, kind of the contrast of colors.
Finished with chicken breast risotto.
Well, can we taste it?
Please.
You want to get a bite too? Oh wow, am I just supposed to grab a piece like that?
You can.
Either way.
Whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Oh man, that's good. Perfect combination, just like you said, of tater tot and a fried pickle. So what's the Brussels sprouts dish you have?
That we just simply roast in a pan so they're really nicely caramelized. And then we dress the outer leaves of the Brussels sprouts. It's like a small cabbage.
Yeah.
The lemon vinaigrette, just toss that and allow it to kind of macerate for a few minutes before. Underneath is kimchi aioli, which is house-made kimchi made from Napa cabbage, again in the cabbage family, Brussels sprouts, garlic, ginger, chilies. Then we just make a really nice aioli out of that. And then we add one of our, right now we're using mustard ham. So we do a lot of curing in-house, obviously the chicken breast risotto. We make our own hams, and this one is flavored with mustard. And then nori crisp, which is nori that's been dipped in sugar, dried, and then we fry it for texture.
Looks good. The dish is beautiful, colorful. Looks fresh.
Colors are important to us.
They are, yeah. You eat with your eyes first, right?
You do, absolutely.
So, well, let's dig into that. But I wanted to thank you for sitting down with us. Let's cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you're almost done there.